So I know this is technically from last week, but we have to talk about it. It's too fantastic. The Women's March organization has apologized after sending out an email reporting an average donation of $14.92, which reflects the year that Christopher Columbus landed in the Americas. The tweet went out the week of Thanksgiving and said, quote, "We apologize deeply for the email that was sent today. $14.92 was our average donation amount this week. It was an oversight on our part to not make the connection to a year of colonization, conquest, and genocide for indigenous people, especially before Thanksgiving." Now, many people respond to this. Many asked, like, are they kidding? Like, is this satire? But no.
Well, wait, so they're just reporting a number.
That was the average number that came in as a donation amount, and somebody must have gotten very upset for them to publicly apologize.
I guarantee if the average number was $6.66, they'd be like, "Eat a dick, honky."
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But that's the mark of the Satan, and I'm deeply religious. Yeah, well, fuck right off.
Yeah.
They would have never issued an apology.
No.
Oh, it's getting a little tough. Because now we're getting to some realm of donated amounts and like now we're trying to figure out if the guy's giving the flashing the white pride signal.
Right.
It's just like the band from the Navy game was holding their look at that guy put his.
No, he said the play was A-okay.
Yeah.
There's like a guy was driving a truck. He worked for like the utility company or something, and he waved or he did something.
He was
like
I saw
his
fingers.
His finger touches forefinger touches thumb. Like okay, we gotta get a little more concrete with our evidence here. I'm not so sure that this is an attack on the indigenous people. Or that guy's a white supremacist because he touched one finger to the other finger in a picture.
But a number is a number. What, are they going to lie and change the number?
So you can't do like math anymore?
It's not their fault that was the donation amount.
It's just a weird
I'm sorry
thing to
that on your third
for.
grader's math test we did 55 plus 14.
That was
I'm
a sexual
sorry.
deviant.
It's a sexual deviant. We get it. That number. I don't know. I find that number delightful.
Did we know what the original? See, to me, what was the original tweet or the original email? They just went, "We've raised money, and this is how much."
That's the average donation amount. Yeah.
There comes a time when you just have to, when someone says, "Well, I'm offended," you just have to say, "Fuck off." Mm-hmm. Like, okay, great.
Yes, and that's what we were talking about last week.
Well, they crossed the line here.
They crossed your line.
Oh, they crossed their line. That's right.
But that's the thing. It's like, they're just putting out a number. We talked about this a few days ago. Like, if I say something that could have an innuendo, but that's not what I meant, and you attach the innuendo, you're the asshole.
Yeah,
That's
me. Because like they're just doing math, and the only person that should be offended at math is Adam because he can't do it.
That's right. That's the one subject I can't.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's a bad joke.
So the email was sent out with the subject line $14.92, and then the body of the email said, "We have an important favor to ask." And then subscribers to the group's email list were then asked if they'd be willing to donate $14.92.
Can I say this too? When Trump was the president, there was a lot of marches and a lot of noise and a lot of Madonna and a lot of this, that, and the other. All right, now Biden's the president. Are all the problems gone away for the ladies? Like,
I think we did
puff of smoke. It's all done.
Ashley Judd is no longer necessary.
I'm just saying. I feel like if you got problems, you got problems.
To be fair,
you got a new dick in the office doesn't mean your problems have evaporated. I feel like there should be some more marches and the knit pussy hats and all that stuff.
Then Kamala would have to get involved. That'd be a sticky wicket.
I guess Biden's not grabbing the pussy, and that's the problem.
He's smelling the pussy.
He's smelling it. He's sniffing it.
Sniffing the pussy.
Yeah.
That sounds like a catchy tune. I'm never going to stop doing this.
Good.
It's way too much fun.
Well, a really sad statistic, and I don't think anyone's surprised by it, but the United States recorded a record number of deaths by drug overdose during the height of the pandemic. That was released recently by the CDC. So in the 12 months following the beginning of COVID-related lockdowns, that was last March, or March of 2020, the U.S. recorded more than 103,000 deaths by OD. That's a 28.5% jump from the same time period the year before. Experts say the increase can be attributed to people feeling isolated and struggles, including job loss and loss of loved ones. Dr. Paul Christo, he's a professor over at Johns Hopkins. He says the economic and emotional toll on people led to this, and especially involving prescription painkillers like fentanyl, which we've talked ad nauseum about.
Yep.
Well, that's horrible news, but the home baking of sourdough bread has gone up an astounding 241%.
Yeah.
A lot of yeast infections.
There's a little ray of sunshine.
You got some bad, you got some good.
Well, it is.
We're doing all right.
It's kind of true with people when you lock them down or you do something to them, you go, I'm either going to slam fentanyl or I'm going to go online and learn how to make sushi while I'm on a rowing machine.
Yeah.
We don't just stay as is.
No.
We won't stay in the middle. Some people want fucking learned a second language and how to play the banjo, and other people are like, I'm going to cook bath salts up in the kitchen and make my own. It's like we just can't just hang out in the middle somewhere.
No, because the middle doesn't exist. So
Right. So you have to pick that direction, and so sadly, I mean,
because I guarantee you, Nick Offerman during lockdown just like made
canoes.
So many canoes.
so many canoes. He can't give them away.
Yeah.
But remember when people wouldn't talk about this because it seemed very I don't want to say anti-science, but remember you said, or I think you said, like, these are, just wait, there's going to be, depression through the roof.
Yep.
There's going to be OD through the roof because people are so isolated.
Yeah. I know that, like, spousal abuse had gone up because people are just stuck inside. And this is
my spousal abuse numbers went down 13%. So,
down?
Yeah.
Really?
Kind of a winner.
Even a broken clock.
So you kind of looked in the mirror and said, you know what? Not today.
Yeah, I'm going to
keep your hands in your pockets.
Bake some rye instead. Give my shoulder a rest.
That's great.
Again, if unintended consequences, that's the whole COVID thing. Like, okay, locking kids out of school, fantastic idea. Oh, really? I don't know. A lot of them aren't making it back, or there's a lot of many things you don't want to go along with that. Masking has a version of this. Distancing has a version of lockdowns. Like, there's the economy, there's work, there's mental health. Like, nothing's free.
No.
You can't just go, don't do this.
They will have an equal and opposite reaction.
Yeah, and the thing about this stuff, the unintended consequences don't show up the next day.
Right.
They trickle out over the course of the next 10 years.
10 years.
And you start checking the kids' test scores from the year they missed in the third grade, and that takes place down the road.
We'll just fudge that. We'll just make anything 60 or above an A. But I heard this, to your point, I heard this on a news podcast. They were interviewing a teacher. She's a home ec teacher. And she said, even I can tell the difference in the kids being home a year. I gave them their instructions. I gave them their ingredients. And, I said, go find your partner and get started. And I looked up and they were just standing there.
Right.
Like, they forgot how to interact with each other. They forgot, like, oh, okay, I'll do this, you do this. Like, they just stood there staring at me.
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of it, too, as we're talking about, maybe referring back to one of the conversations we had about the cruise, which is with Kate. A lot of fentanyl coming over the border, and a lot of that stuff's getting baked into stuff. And
it's poison.
Which I don't understand that mindset. Like, I wouldn't... Like, if I introduced a new joke that killed a third of my audience every time I told it, I don't think I'd keep doing that joke.
So you're saying if you were a Mexican drug lord, you would not be...
You'd lay off the knock-knock joke?
Yeah, yeah. I'd stop lacing my stuff with fentanyl. It's so horrible. It's so bad.
It does seem like bad business to kill your client.
Yeah, I agree. I don't... as P.T. Barnum said, there's a junkie born every second or something
exactly
like
what he
that.
said, yeah.
But maybe they just feel like, well, we'll get a lot more. There's always someone to step up. Next man up.
Right. Well, let's stay with the medical field, but this is actually some good news. A nasal vaccine aimed at preventing and slowing Alzheimer's is now being tested. It's a trial over at Brigham and Women's Hospital in Boston. It'll include 16 participants between 60 and 85. They're all early symptomatic of Alzheimer's, otherwise healthy. They'll receive 2 doses of the vaccine 1 week apart. See what happens. So if you're curious how this works, the statement from the hospital explains the vaccine. It uses uses a substance called protalin, which stimulates the immune system. So this is straight from the statement. Protalin is designed to activate white blood cells found in the lymph nodes on the sides and back of the neck to migrate to the brain and trigger clearance of beta amyloid plaque. That is one of the biggest hallmarks of Alzheimer's. If it goes well, a much larger trial will go on, and then, we can get this at Rite Aid at some point.
It'd be nice, except for all the Rite Aids will be closed.
That's right.
Because they've been looted.
That's true.
And by the way, you're not supposed to say loot anymore.
What are you supposed to say? Oh, because it's
it's got racial pejorative. It assigns a race to the activity.
Is that like when Obama said thugs and everyone freaked out?
Yeah, thugs is a version of that.
Okay. Sure.
Looting now, I no longer say wilding as pertains to public pools. There's certain terms.
What do you say instead of loot? Take without purchase?
Yeah, there's an article on it. It's sort of technically right because looting, by definition, means there's during a riot or something like that. If you're just doing a caravan down to the middle of San Francisco to get yourself some Louis Vuitton bags, that's not technically looting.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So you're just a burglar,
I guess. Although that feels quaint.
Yeah.
burglar
Right.
almost
I've been
feels
burgled.
It feels like pickpocket did 25 years ago.
Yeah, it's almost nice. I've been burglarized. Well, that's delightful.
Yeah. We should all be so lucky.
Sure.
Remember a while back we talked about that Theodore Roosevelt statue outside of the American Museum of Natural History, and it has to go.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they found a home for it. It is considered problematic now, been criticized for symbolizing colonialism and racism, but it's found a new home now that it'll be removed. ABC News reports that the Theodore Roosevelt Presidential Library has agreed to take the statue for a long-term loan. The agreement will let the library, which is slated to open in 2026 in Medora, North Dakota.
Theodore Roosevelt Library still isn't open?
I'm a little confused about that. While considering a display that would enable it to serve as an important tool to study the nation's past. And just as a little footnote to that, the university in Georgia has put a moratorium on changing any of the buildings' names. They said these are buildings we learn from history. Going forward, we'll consider naming, but we're not going and changing all the buildings' names.
Right. It's kind of interesting because stadiums are getting renamed, Bitcoin
Crypto.
Arena. Let's make that the George Floyd Library. Come on, people.
Yeah.
If you know the real victims here with all the statues being taken down, as I'm looking at this one of him mount his trusty steed, the real victims are the horses. They didn't own slaves. They didn't oppress any indigenous people, but they're coming down just as fast as the racists that are on top of them, right?
That's a very good point.
Half these things that are coming down is a fucking magnificent horse. Mm-hmm. It had a name. You probably love the horse.
Yeah.
They probably use it as a model to make the statue. Like photographs,
the
paintings,
steed.
and drawings. And now the horse and their kin.
Yeah.
They have to grieve.
Something all horses can aspire to
Right.
is now taken away.
Well, what about all the horses that were in New York and the statues, and they have the horse-drawn carriage,
That's right.
and those horses could walk around Central Park and look up and go one day.
Yeah, with
One
pride.
day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now we got a bunch of fucking hippie stoners tearing down the goddamn statue, and they never leave the horse.
No.
Leave the fucking horse.
That's not a bad idea.
Kick the racists, and also I'd be listening. You know what I mean? If they go, we don't
horse
like
did
the
nothing
statue,
wrong.
and I'm like, but the horse.
Trigger didn't do anything.
How could you? First off, you can't colonialize. You can have a guy who's colonizing on top of you,
Right.
But you're just every bit the victim that the indigenous people were.
Yeah.
You had to drag around a racist who are 10 to 20% heavier than indigenous people.
Do it to a tribute to the horse. Its strength.
That's right.
Had to drag around a racist all damn day.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate the horse.
If they can make a movie about it, War Horse, they
Yeah.
can make a statue.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so leave the horse. That's my new thing.
Is that going to be your platform? Your campaign platform? Leave the horse.
Or
he's gonna do a new country song about it.
That's right.
When you remount the races, you put them backwards on a bronze donkey. And that's
there you go.
That's
so
a walk of shame right there.
Now he's humiliated.
Yeah, look at that guy. He doesn't know what direction this country's going. You know what I mean? Leave the horse.
He's you could say he's a backwards jackass.
That's right.
Exactly.
Didn't Robin Williams play him in Night at the Museum?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Problematic.
That's right. Well, I'm looking at the statue. I'm like, that does look a little like Robin Williams.
Problematic.
Did a good job.
They
can't watch that movie anymore.
No.
They got Jefferson out of the New York whatever.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Okay.
Well, who do you put up? Because was it oh God, what's her name? The one who they had to rename the school, or they weren't going to give her the name of the school in San Francisco.
Boxer.
Yeah, was it Feinstein?
Feinstein, Harriet Tubman.
One of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But what? So I guess we just can't have statues. The only statues now are of coaches out front of college football stadiums. We got Nick Saban.
Joe Paterno.
Tell that to Joe Pa. He's gone.
We got nothing.
We got nothing.
Is it just LeBron everywhere all the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got LeBron.
All right. Discovery Plus hopes you're not tired of hearing about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's contentious divorce, because they are streaming a drama in 2 parts, a docuseries about it. According to the press release, Johnny versus Amber, which I will probably watch, will debut soon. It'll chronicle the story of the breakdown of their relationship and how it tipped into the celebrity court case of the decade. This series will look at the 2-year marriage, the divorce, and their lengthy court battles from each other's perspectives. The statement adds, Johnny's film will portray that he found himself married to a Machiavellian liar who would stop at nothing to protect her image, while Amber's film explores how she married the man of her dreams, only to see him turn into a violent, drug-fueled monster.
Wait, so they're doing
Rashomon style.
Oh, they're doing 2 movies, one from the
2 parts,
one from the perspective of each. Wow. You know what? I'm a huge fan of any high-profile dysfunctional relationship being broadcast out there, because then I always just get to look at my wife and go, "See,
yeah,
I'm
done
not
pretty
that.
good.
I don't have an $80,000 a month wine habit. I'm fine.
That's right.
I'm not in debt. I don't beat you.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm sure I'll look at the Amber stuff and go, oh, God, I married a saint.
Absolutely.
It's great.
They're going to have to find some hot actors and actresses.
Yeah, who plays 2 of the hottest people on the planet?
Sure.
Because normally it's the hot chick who frumps herself up to play the serial killer, but this ain't that.
Oh, you got to do... There's a new Pam and Tommy Lee thing coming out.
They're gorgeous.
Lily James?
Yes.
Is that who it is?
Yes, it is. She's Pamela.
She's from Baby Driver, and then they made her to she's Pam. She looks like Pam.
I'm not a fan, but
not.
No, of her I am, but
okay.
But then the guy's got enough work. But for Tommy, come on, Pete Davidson. I mean, he's got that big dick mojo.
He's got a hog.
He's got the hog. He's slender.
He's got weird tattoos.
Tall.
Yeah.
Sebastian Stan.
Goofy and lovable at the same time.
There you go.
Nick Offerman's in it. Have you guys seen the trailer for that? We should watch it.
No,
It's
I'm
good.
into it. Is it going to be a feature?
Well, it's Seth Rogen. It's his thing. Is it a feature or is it on Hulu? It'll air on Hulu.
Okay, so it'll be like a miniseries.
Yeah, if you can grab that, it's a pretty great trailer. And while you're doing that, would you like to know Oxford Dictionary's word of the year? And we're really slumming it with what we consider a word.
Oh, boy. What is it?
The word of the year is vax. Defined as a colloquialism meaning either vaccine or vaccination as a noun and vaccinate as a verb. It was relatively rare until obviously this year. That's all anybody talked about. In September, vax appeared more than 72 times more frequently than the year before. Meanwhile, in Collins Dictionary, the word of the year, again, not a word, NFT, which is non-fungible token, which none of us heard of before 6 months
It's called
ago.
an acronym. It's
That's
not a
exactly
word. Let's
right.
respect the English language, please.
If you're going to be a dictionary.
Jesus Christ.
Doesn't an acronym have to form something like GLAD?
PETA.
Or OSHA or something?
NIFT.
Yeah. It forms
I think that's
Nifty.
just initials, but I think an acronym you got to make.
Oh, does an
something out of
acronym
it.
have to be like NASA?
NASA,
Right.
OSHA,
Something like that.
I mean, Chris can.
I don't know,
look
but
it up.
Those aren't real
NFT stands for 3 different words.
Yeah,
Indeed.
So
I
NFT
agree.
is still not a word.
Yeah.
No, I
You're right, Adam. An acronym, you say it as if it was spelled like that, like NASA.
Okay, I did not know that. I just thought it was a collection of letters.
And you were a horrible student, you say?
well, it's funny because I remember
He just learned to read.
when I was in junior high, they had the MGM program, the gifted program.
Okay.
And I of course was not
asked
invited
to be
to
invited.
participate with that group. And even if I said, well, how about I just hang out and watch, like it would collectively lower the score of anyone who else was in the room.
Right.
But I remember being like 13 and I was like, what is MGM? And I think we liked it because it was like Hollywood
Right,
and MGM.
Metro Golden Mayer.
And it was like, well, that stands for mentally gifted minds. And I was like, well, isn't mental and mind kind of we're kind of in the same area here with that? And they're
If
like,
you're
we're
gifted.
going with MGM.
Okay.
But
Mentally
I think
gifted
they were
minds.
trying to shoehorn the acronym.
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I
not
mean?
great.
A little too hard.
You know who does?
think-
You know the greatest acronymist of all
Oh.
is Gary Busey.
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey
Yes.
started firing out acronyms toward the end of the career. I haven't heard him in a while, but
You can like give him any word and he'll turn it into an acronym. It's a whole thing. You just
Yes.
say like horse, and then he'll do something.
So yeah, you're totally correct on the acronym thing. The word I should have said was abbreviation.
That's right.
That's
there
right.
you go.
Yeah.
Find me Gary Busey doing his crazy
Oh my God.
acronymics.
Oh, this is while you do that. This is the about a minute. Or is it 2 minutes? I can't tell from here.
Two
the
minutes.
trailer for the Pam and Tommy movie.
Okay.
It's Seth Rogen with Nick Offerman putting the tape in with the camcorder.
See what we got.
In between making canoes, Nick Offerman.
What is this? Just fast forward. Who's this guy? That's Tommy Lee's the drummer from Motley Crue. Where did you get this? Just keep going forward.
I'm going to watch the shit out
Yeah,
of
this
this.
would be great.
Keep fast forward.
Better than The Dirt.
Okay. Holy
Look
shit.
at how
That's
she's a
Pamela
doppelganger.
Anderson.
Yeah.
Just keep going. Go back. Whoa. Go back. Play. God damn. It's so private. It's like we're seeing something we're not supposed to be seeing.
Which seems
Which is
antiquated
kind
now.
of what makes it so hot. If this thing ever got out.
Wow, I'm watching this.
Yeah, this looks great.
Done and done.
Every second that passes, this tape could be spreading.
Baby, we will get it back.
Sounds like it.
It's not a big deal to me. I'm on that tape, same as you.
No, not like me, I know.
Here we go.
What the hell is this?
Yeah.
I talked
man.
to Tommy Lee all about that, and it's like crazy. I think they were in Europe, and they're getting the house remodeled, and he had that moment where they had everything in a safe because they're remodeling the house, and they brought the safe outside, and they had it hidden behind like a throw rug or big Afghan rug or something that they had in the garage, and like he was in the kitchen. And someone's saying, like, you got to turn on this TV or turn on your computer or something. And he's like, the tape's it's in the safe, which is in the garage.
Yeah.
And they're like, you better go check. And he walked
man.
out and the carpet was still up and like pulled the carpet down and the safe was gone. And that's when he knew. We have Busey doing, sorry. All right, let me hit concrete, and then we'll do Busey over here. Bodies need creatine to function properly, but only create about 50% of what we need. I talked to Dr. Drew about this the other day, and he's a big concrete fan, and a creatine fan as well. Concrete's amazing molecule that provides the benefits of creatine without the negative side effects of poorly absorbed creatines from the past, like water retention, bloat, cramps, diarrhea, none of that with Concrete. Concrete inventor tested it on himself and immediately began seeing the improvements on his athletic performance, cognitive abilities, and overall health. So he patented it. And by the way, I got some right here, and this is what I've been drinking while I've been in here. It's got a nice lemon limey flavor to it, so it tastes good too, and it's good for you. Concrete is the gift of better health, fitness, and immunity. And you can give it this holiday. It's the perfect stocking stuffer. Available at Walmart and Walmart.com, right, Dawson?
Enter to win a free membership to Planet Fitness for an entire year plus a $500 gift card. Take better control of your health, both body and mind. Get Concrete into your life today. Register at concrete.com/podcast. That's con-cret.com/podcast. Available now at Walmart and Walmart.com. Concrete is truly changing the fitness and health game. Go to concrete.com/podcast.
All right, we got Busey and his acronyms.
Buseyisms.
It's Buseyisms.
I have a hobby that's really wonderful because it helps me understand the meaning of one word with a sentence that reflects the word's meaning and definition. These are called Buseyisms because I take these from my own heart, my own spirit, my own soul, and make this interpretation so you can hear it and live by it. The word now, N-O-W, no other way. Mm-hmm. Time out. To ensure measured energy on using time. The word team, T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. And that's the foundation of the bottom line for Got V Mail, teamwork. So you can make your own Buseyisms. Just take your last name and put ism on the back of it. Like John Smith. Here's a Smithism. Like Ronald McDonald. Here's a McDonaldism. See how easy it is? The point is, you now have the ability to be happy with what I've given you to understand by Got V Mail. Everything that comes with it, everything you bring to it, everything you are with it, everything that is with you. It's all
This feels like it's
a
the end of a
combination of
infomercial.
And power.
Yeah,
I think he sold us
There are
something.
360 ways to see an elephant.
Is this a masterclass? Do I have to purchase this?
Take my money. I don't even know what I'm buying.
It's a new Tony Robbins seminar.
As long as Gary Busey's talking, I'm in.
You got to look up one of Danny Bonaducci's greatest films. It's called HOTS.
Oh,
it's an acronym.
yes, right. Mm-hmm. HOTS, I remember that. That
Hold
yes.
on to sex. HOTS. Oh, yeah.
That's right.
It's a film.
That had rotation on Cinemax.
I'm here to tell you.
You're right.
I give it a couple of spins back before the internet was as bountiful.
Right.
Before you had the
As
Pam
it
and
is.
Tommy tape.
As it is today.
Just to update HOTS, there it is. Some like it HOTS. Mm-hmm. Danny Bonaducci and a cast of Playboy Playmates get hot.
Yeah, hold on to sex. I think in the opening they spell it out, but we can see if you can find that.
In case you couldn't tell by the title.
Do you remember what rappers, when everyone was calling girls thoughts?
No, I don't remember
She's a
that
thought,
one.
that hoe over there.
Oh, is that an acronym?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Let me describe it. Do you know what a thought is? Mm-mm. It's that hoe over there.
Oh, that hoe over
Yeah,
there.
thought.
Oh, that hoe over there. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So, so in the movie, they went to Farronville University, also known as good old FU. And then the running gag was the source of the name HOTS. In the closing credits, they revealed it's an anagram of the first names of the 4 founders. But other characters in the film believe it stands for hands off those suckers or hold on to sex.
Wow.
I'm old school.
Yeah,
I go hold on to sex.
At one point, the girl claims it stands for help out the seals.
Well, we got to ask Bonaducci.
Yeah, you got to get him on the
He
horn.
really knows.
Yeah.
But if you find the
Source.
trailer or the opening for it,
Okay, just give me a
that
moment.
might be fun.
This movie has a trailer.
You know what it's going
There
to
is
have?
a seal in the movie. I fast
Navy
forward through
seal?
that shit because I'm not weird.
You know what this movie will have, but movies don't have anymore? Narrators, voiceovers.
Oh, I think we got
There
it.
it is. Hold on to sex.
Oh boy.
Get ready for the wildest, sexiest, craziest, most intellectually stimulating movie of the year.
I promise to do everything within my power, using all my abilities, talents, and assets to win every man on campus.
So when you're pledging, you're a warm. Oh my.
Bonaducci.
When you got the hots, you got everything, and everybody is out to get the hots.
Hots stands for hold on to
Evil Dean.
Take one.
Really?
Told you there's a seal in it.
What a bear.
The place.
Pest control, miss. I'm looking for bugs.
I'm in here.
They play a strip football game at the end. This is hot.
Bonnie the robot. Does he do windows?
I do not do windows.
It's a pretty big budget.
Oh, you must touch him with 2 hands.
Lean to the right.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Then lean to the left.
Hots. We'll have to disperse. I told you they'd break this joint.
It's real cool. It's real crazy. Hots. It'll make your temperature rise.
Everyone knows what HOT stands for, and it's disgusting. H-O-H-S. Hot! 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 Hot!
It's not a movie, Gene. It's a film.
Clearly.
Understand the difference?
It's an experience.
I'm going to have to sit down with my son and go, this is what we had.
Yeah.
We don't have what you're working with today.
I haven't seen that much camel toe since I went on the Birthright Israel trip. Holy shit.
That was back in the day where like we have an idea for a movie.
Right.
Okay.
Stop there. You're in.
What's the idea? Well, you know how like guys like sorority girls, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna have a bunch of sorority girls in the movie. Sold.
Yeah. Give it the green light.
That's it.
But here's the thing. In the casting, we got to make sure that 6 of the 12 cheerleader girls we're going to use, 6 of them have to be straight average.
Yes.
6 totally average girls, 2 have to be ugly. One of those has to be slightly chunky.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe an 8 and a 9.
The chunky chick's got to be horny, super horny too.
See, and that passed as progressive back then. They're like, well, there's an ugly girl in it.
Yeah, not a lot of diversity in terms of color.
No.
The diversity was in the scale of 1 to 10. A lot of 5s.
The diversity was in the bra.
Did you? Well, it's an acronym, nonetheless.
Hots.
It's called "Hold On to Sex." Who directed that?
This masterpiece.
What did they go on to direct? And how funny might it be if we found out like Handmaid's Tale or
Christopher
something?
Nolan.
Yeah, there's got to be something crazy and ironic that they did. Maybe a couple Madonna videos or something. Like
The director is Gerald Seth Sindel, and Hots was the last thing he was
well, that's
your swan song.
You're the top of the mountain.
Well, I mean,
in terms of your profession.
Once you make Hots, the only way to go is down.
Yeah.
So that's it.
He went on to teach. After that.
Did he have a long and storied career before that?
No.
Oh.
He directed a movie called Teenager 5 years before that, and then a movie called Double Stop in 68. This came out in Hots was 79. So.
And that's it with him? His career ended at Hots.
He just dabbled.
Yeah. When did he leave this earth?
Or was that like the stage name and then his real name is Ridley Scott?
I don't see a death date. He was born in 44, so
he could still be with us.
Still be with us. All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad. That was the news with Gina Grad.
I think I got Hots on DVD somewhere.
would bet on that.
I think that once you start doing essentially like the Mystery Science Theater watch along parties, like you're obviously going to do Cobra, that you also have to do HOTS.
He did Cobra.
He
did Cobra on the cruise with August.
Oh, yeah.
They did a watch along. It was great.
Gotta do HOTS then next Carolla cruise.
With Ted Koppel.
We can't clear HOTS.
No.
We can clear Cobra. But
I can do it too.
HOTS.
I can be there with you.
Ted,
Talk
what's
about
HOTS stand for again?
Something about sex.
Holding on.
Hold on to sex. Much like I did with a young lady the other night. She was in a cowgirl position, but it seemed backwards.
Oh, that's reverse.
Yeah.
Oh,
we weren't there.
Reverse cowgirl.
Yeah. I think with a couple of tweaks, Norm Macdonald's in there somewhere.
with
Ted Koppel. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you just do that, and then I mean, Norm and Adam is kind of the same. He's kind of do a little grunt. Let's see. So Norm, that's right. You guessed it. Frank Stallone. Yeah, it's kind of there.
Yeah,
it's kind of in that ballpark. Yeah.
I'm going to be at the Bray Improv December 15th, taping some live shows with TJ Miller and Patrick Warburton, so you can come on out to that. And then we'll be at Helium December 22nd, 23rd, and my Truth Yeller series is coming out on the Daily Wire.
So funny.
You can enjoy that.
Now.
Oh, it's available now. That's right. You get 50% off at dailywire.com/Adam Carolla. Leno's going to be on that. Rob Riggle's going to be that.
Dailywire.com/Adam.
Sorry.
There it is.
El Rey Theater coming up December 1st. Chicago, and then Spokane Comedy Club, and Royal Oak, Michigan at the Comedy Castle. That'll be December 9th, and that is Brad Williams. And for more dates and tickets, BradWilliamsComedy.com is where you go. So until next time, I'm Pro Virginia grad and Brad Williams saying mahalo.
You know what? I'm a huge fan of any like high profile dysfunctional relationship being broadcast out there, because then I always just get to look at my wife and go, see?
Yeah.
I'm
You've done
not
pretty
that.
good.